G'day, I'm Dwayne from Oz Tool Talk. I am here to review the brand new brushless 18V Dewalt cordless planer. This is the DCP580. I'm really excited because this is the very first brushless planer on the market, and of course brushless gets you runtime. That is really good for a planer because planers really draw the juice out of your batteries fast. They're they're a high energy tool. So brushless planer, very exciting. So this one is rated to 2mm. The depth stop goes in 0.1mm increments, so you get nice fine adjustment there. And it's really good too because it stops at 2mm and it stops at 0. It's totally idiot proof, nice positive clicks. So really like the depth adjustment on this tool. It also gives a really nice finish. It's got twin TCT blades in the drum at the bottom, so they're nice and sharp and easy to replace, of course. You get an onboard Torx bit so that you can replace those. They also give you a blade alignment plate, a little plastic piece to help you get the blades aligned just right. So yeah, you'll have no excuse for always having a nice finish with nice sharp TCT blades in there. Now of course, what you really want to know is power. Cordless tools, especially tools like this which draw very high ampage, are often underpowered, but I'm very pleased to report that this one is not. I expect a cordless plane to be able to do doors and studs, 35mm pine usually, at whatever depth they're rated to. This one's rated to 2mm. I tried this in 45mm pine, so even bigger, and I had no problem at 1mm, 1.5, 2mm, just going continuously. So it's very powerful, very smooth and easy to use. I didn't have to go really slow, I could really push at a comfortable rate. So that's really good to know. Powerful and long run time. That's a really good combination. Now the unit itself is 3.1 kilo. Much of that owing to the big thick base plate on the bottom, which I very much approve of. It's really comfortable. The handle is a very standard Dewalt XR handle, much like their drills. And so is the trigger, and you just have your safety lock on the top, which you can depress easily with your thumb for one hand operation. So very comfortable in that sense. Now it also comes with a really sturdy fence. This is a steel fence that you push through the front of the unit and then tighten down a screw at the front, much like a circular saw fence. So that locks on nice and tight. That's going to enable you to get really nice square planing, and also to get good rebating done, which I find to be very useful. Doesn't have any fancy 45mm beveling, anything like that. It's just a square fence for getting your work nice and straight and square. So that's good. Now this unit doesn't come with a dust bag as a skin, but you can buy one separately. Dewalt have released this, the DWV9390. This dust bag is very large in volume and spring-loaded, so it packs away nice and tight. And it's really probably the best example of a dust bag I've seen around. It's got this big, strong plastic top here, which just unlocks super easy so that you can just empty your bag out. So no mucking around with the zip, which is of course eventually going to get stuck or break. So that's a really good system. It's got a nice wide opening so the chips can get away really fast. The Dewalt planer really ejects the chips very strong, very fast. So for 49 bucks, if you want to keep your work areas nice and clean, that's well worth a look. Of course, if you're doing really rough kind of planing, 2mm, constantly on studs or whatever, this is going to fill up real fast and then it's not going to work properly. So I would consider this more for when you're trying to do finer finish work and your dust bits that are coming out are very small. That's going to last ages with that big area, and that's going to keep your work area nice and clean. This actually does come in the kit. If you buy the kit, It comes with 2 5-amp-hour batteries, a charger, the planer and its accessories, and the dust bag in a T-stack box. That kit is going to cost you about $629, so that could be worth a look if you don't already have the Dewalt line set up. And this tool may actually, this is one of the few tools where you might actually choose a platform because of it. If planing is something you do very regularly, you straightening up studs and muck around with doors, whatever, then this is going to be as powerful as any cordless you've ever used, and with long run time. So that kit might actually make sense for you. That's coming out in about 3 or 4 weeks, whereas this unit itself is coming out in the next week or 2 as a skin. The skin itself costs $319, and of course that's more expensive than some of the other cordless planers on the market. But this is a high-end tool. This is not, this is more than a match for a lot of the stuff on the market already. Yeah. So anyway, I've played with this extensively. I really like it. I'm really happy to have it in my shed at the moment. Dewalt, of course, have a 3-year warranty on their tools once you sign up online, so do that. One thing I forgot to mention, this has got 15,000 RPM, which is actually 1,000 more than most planers that I've ever used. So it really just indicates the power that this motor, brushless motor, is putting out. So that's all I've got to say. I hope you found this really informative. Please tell me what you think when you've got one, and let us know whether you're planning to buy one. Head down to your local United Tools retailer to have a look. I guarantee you will be impressed. So thanks for tuning in to United Tools TV. We'll see you next time. See ya.